We've all been sold a lie. It's a beautiful, crisp, color-coordinated lie, usually found on Pinterest, Instagram, or Netflix. It tells you that if you just buy enough clear acrylic bins, matching wicker baskets, and a label maker that uses a cursive font, your life will magically fall into place. But let's be honest. How many times have you spent an entire weekend making a closet or pantry look absolutely pristine, only for it to look like a tornado hit it 4 days later? It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack discipline. It's because you confused aesthetics with systems. Today, we're breaking down why pretty organizing often fails, why functional organizing keeps you sane, and how to combine the two so your home actually stays tidy for more than 48 hours. Let's get into it. Let's talk about aesthetics first. Visual organization is all about how a space looks. It prioritizes uniformity, color symmetry, and hiding the mess. And don't get me wrong, visual harmony is great for your brain. It reduces the visual noise, which can genuinely lower your cortisol levels. When you look at a perfectly styled bookshelf, you feel a hit of dopamine. But aesthetics alone are incredibly fragile. Take the classic example of decanting. Pouring your cereal, pasta, or flour into matching containers. It looks beautiful, but what happens when you buy a family-sized box of cereal and only 3/4 of it fits into your aesthetic container? Now you have a beautiful jar on your counter and the ugly, mostly empty cardboard box hiding in the back of your pantry anyways. It really doesn't make sense, does it? Aesthetic organizing often creates more work to maintain. If it requires you to take 5 extra steps just to put it away, you're not going to do it when you come home exhausted on a Tuesday night. This is where systems come in. A system cares absolutely 0% about what a space looks like. A system only cares about friction, specifically how friction exists between you and putting something away. An organizing system is a repeatable process based on your actual real-life habits, not your fantasy self habits. For example, if you always kick off your shoes the second you walk in the front door, an aesthetic solution might be a beautiful closed-door shoe cabinet that requires you to open it, align your shoes perfectly, and close it. The system solution would be a wide open basket right there where your feet naturally land. Is the basket of shoes visually perfect? No, the shoes are piled on top of each other. But are they off the floor? Yes. Did it take half a second? Yes. That's a low friction system. It works because it cooperates with human laziness instead of fighting it. The golden rule of systems is to make things incredibly easy to put away, even if it makes them slightly harder to get out. We don't mind a little effort when we need an item, but we mind effort when we're trying to clean up. When you prioritize aesthetics over systems, you get spaces that look amazing for photos, but are impossible to live in and maintain. When you prioritize systems over aesthetics, your house might be functional, but it can feel chaotic, cluttered, or visually overwhelming. Here are the 3 biggest mistakes people make when they're trying to balance the two. Mistake number 1, micro-organizing too early. So you're buying tiny dividers for your junk drawer before you've decided what actually belongs in that drawer. Mistake number 2, hiding daily use items. Putting your everyday skincare routine inside a beautiful, opaque, decorative box under the sink, but if you use it twice a day, it needs to be visible and accessible, not buried under a design choice. Mistake number 3, the out of sight, out of mind curse. This is big for neurodivergent folks, or anyone with object permanence challenges. If a system hides everything behind closed doors and solid bins, you will literally forget those items exist until they expire or you accidentally buy duplicates. So how do we marry the two? How do we get a home that feels functional but doesn't look like a warehouse? You do it by building the system first and applying the aesthetics second. Here's your 3-step framework for a system that actually lasts. So step 1 is to track your natural friction points. Spend a week and don't clean up right away. Watch where the clutter naturally piles. Do the mail piles land on the kitchen island? Do coats end up over the back of chairs? That spot is telling you exactly where a system needs to live. Number 2, you build a low friction container strategy. Use the 1 motion rule. If it takes more than 1 motion to open or put away, change the container. Broad categories like mugs or cords beat specific ones every single time. And then number 3, you upgrade the visual aesthetic. So once the system works for 2 weeks and the clutter stops piling up, now you buy the pretty version. So swap the ugly cardboard box for a gorgeous ceramic tray or a matching linen basket. The look changes, but the placement and function stay exactly the same. At the end of the day, your home is a living space, not a museum or a retail store display. A truly organized home isn't one that never gets messy. It's one that takes less than 10 minutes to put it back together because everything has a logical, low friction home. If this video helped you rethink your space, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and let me know down in the comments. Are you naturally more of an aesthetic organizer or a systems organizer? Thanks for popping in.